All right, so today's challenge is this. We've got this elevated area up here. It'll be the crawl space. That area is going to have a slab on it. Because I have the slab on it, code says that I have to have a little bit of a grade to it, a little slope. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it be at the far end, it'll be the highest. At this near end, close to this wall right here, it'll be at the lowest. It's about 60 feet across, really like 62 or 63. And so if I have a slope of, a typical slope is like 1 inch for every 8 feet. And so I end up needing about 8 inches of fall from the back to the front. I didn't plan for that before. So now, my choice is either I would have the concrete pad be 8 inches higher back there, or I can just build up underneath of it with some stone. And stone is about half the cost of concrete, so I'll do the stone. But the challenge is, we now have like wall here, and on the outside we have these tall walls, and as of now, they aren't backfilled, so there's no way to kind of get my machine up and dump stone in. And so trying to bring stone in here manually, like bucket by bucket, I think I need about 100 tons of stone to get in here, so that is not really realistic. And so I looked around, and what I found is that they have dump trucks that have basically a conveyor belt attached on them, and they when they roll up to the job, they can kind of extend this conveyor belt out and dump the stone onto the conveyor belt, and then it basically slings the stone. They're called stone slingers. And so that's what I got going on today. He's already put in, you can see, on the left side over here, that's where it was. He's already been here and put out one load, and you can see, I've run you can see all this string that I've run all over to kind of show generally the grade that I'm looking for. And so he just kind of flings the stone in. I'm kind of raking it out and moving it around a little bit. And in the end, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a lot closer to the final grade that I'm looking for the stone, and a lot easier than trying to move the stuff manually. And it's actually pretty cheap. Right now, the quarry is charging like $52.50 per. I think it was actually $53 and something per ton of crushed gravel, number 57. But I worked out a deal with these guys. They'll get the gravel and shoot it for $48 a ton. They obviously get it cheaper, but I mean, that's like, you can't beat that. So that's what we got going on today. Like I said, I think it's about 100 tons. A big chunk of it is going to be filling in down in this void over here. That's probably an entire truckload, entire 20-ton truckload just by itself. So in any case, I'll set the camera up and film this in time lapse, and we'll see how that goes. Finished up for the day. We ended up, I think we've got about 65 tons in here so far, and we're really, pretty close to where I want it. You can see the string, we're pretty much right there. I think it's on this side. We probably need to come up a little bit more. This big hole over here is finally filled up, and I've got some amounts piled up next to this strip where we will ultimately put some piers down in here, and then be able to backfill. And then the other area is over here I'm not quite done waterproofing this little knee wall or that one, and so I want to get that done before we backfill this. So we just kind of unloaded the rest of what was in the truck in these two little areas, but we'll probably just hold off. I'll go ahead and get the rest of the waterproofing done there, and just move those piles in, and then I'll call them back and get another, I don't know, filling all that in. Probably take at least another truck. I don't know. We'll see. So that was much easier than having to bring it in, like by buckets or anything. So definitely, if you need to access a tough location, look into what are they called? Stone slingers. Really, really worth the price for sure.